Oh, you couldn't hear we live now. I was on mute. You can cue the show when you're ready. You can cue the show when you're ready. Chi-Town. Big ups to Inglewood. Make sure we got volume. I sure can't hear nothing. All right, you guys, like, share, subscribe. Please like, share, subscribe. Got a great show lined up for you. Social media in the Black community. That's what we're here for. That's what we're unpacking. Social media in the Black community.
What are you looking at, slave?
Silence is violence, and evil's greatest ally. Those who turn a blind eye act like they don't know why. Say the police would not use such behavior. If you white, you right and have favor. But if you black, bodies pile high. Sight unseen, right in front of your face on the video screen, know what I mean? Popo lie. Fear for their life from an unarmed man. I guess he felt melanin was his weapon. They killed.
Nigga, get your hand out my pocket.
Get no charges and go free. So we need to be on our P's and Q's. Don't play no fool. The rules ain't fair. Life ain't no crystal stair. So we best prepare. Our little people, if you see something, say something.
12.
Show the world we do care. So beware. Silence is violence. Get you a trip to the devil's lair.
Self love, you done did it again, Loop. You a genius.
Block right here. I should call this shit no block. It's 10 o'clock. Where the fuck y'all niggas at? This what y'all wanted me in Chicago? O block right here. That shit call this shit no block. It's 10 o'clock. Where the fuck y'all niggas at? Niggas ain't outside. It's only 10 p.m. Where the fuck y'all niggas at, block?
O block right now. Where we at? Tell you something, man. This Nino Brown, man. I'm live on O block right now. Where we at? This O block. I'm from Miami. I just want to tell niggas, man, we gotta stop killing each other, man. Yeah, this shit ain't about nothing. All that killing shit, we gotta work together, man. Stop killing each other, my nigga. I had to come over here and tell niggas that shit, my nigga.
I'm right here. See where I'm at. I'm out here. Black Star Line cigars. For grown man. On some grown man stuff. And to the PDs, stop doing that killing. Please, stop doing that killing. In entering upon this course of instruction, each of you should, so far as possible, lay aside for the time being all previous theories and beliefs. By so doing, you will be saved the trouble of trying
All the way through the show.
to put, quote, new wine into old wineskins, end quote. Luke chapter 5, verse 37. If there's anything as we proceed which you don't understand or agree with, just let it lie passively in your mind until you have enjoyed the entire show. For many statements that would at first arouse antagonism and discussion will be clear and easily accepted a little farther on. After the show is over, if you wish to return to your old beliefs and ways of living, you are at perfect liberty to do so. But for the time being, be willing to become as a little child. For said the Master in spiritual things, quote, except ye become as little children, ye shall in no wise enter into the kingdom of heaven, end quote. Matthew chapter 18, verse 3. If at times there seems to be repetition, please remember, the Self Luv Show is a lesson, not a lecture.
I'm not saying I'm going to rule the world or I'm going to change the world, but I guarantee that I will spark the brain that will change the world. And that's our job, is to spark somebody else watching us. We might not be the ones, but let's not be selfish, and because we're not going to change the world, let's not talk about how we should change.
24 years ago today, iconic rapper Tupac Shakur was shot here in Las Vegas.
The rapper was shot inside of a BMW while stopped at a red light on Koval and Flamingo. We all know the story. He then died 6 days later. The shooting happened after a Mike Tyson fight against Bruce Sheldon at MGM Grand. And then there was a brawl inside of the lobby right after that fight. Tupac was in the car with Marion Suge Knight, who was grazed by a bullet. No one has ever been arrested for Tupac's murder.
And even in this instance, if I could be of service to a 9-year-old girl or a 19-year-old woman or girl who wants to be a woman, is to really remember that self-love is the best way that you can receive love from anybody else, because it's coming from you. A lot of times we forget that. We look externally for this love. We look externally for this feeling of validation and adoration and approval, and it has to come from within.
this is your last chance. After this, there is no turning back. You take the blue pill, the story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want. You take the red pill, you stay in Wonderland. And I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes. Remember, all I'm offering is the truth, nothing more.
Self love, cue the music. Sure. Self love. Vision.
I'm just a kid from Chicago.
Much better.
I'm just a kid from Chicago.
Chi-Town kids are back.
Trying to make a way in the game of life, trying to make a play. I'm just a kid from Chicago.
And I'm for damn sure
Back against the wall.
just a Chi-Town kid.
Just a kid from Chicago.
What down? Welcome to the Self Love Show, Chi-Town's very own. We got two mottos: on earth as it is in heaven. Praise to Mama Sky and all ancestors. And second motto is, as above, so below. Right now we're found Malcolm exclusively right here on YouTube, on our network. This ain't that network, or as we say in this millennial acronym age, TATN. That's right. You get slapped like Will Smith. Slapped Chris Rock. All right. This is your co-host 9 Millie, also known as Self, one of them. What down, Chi-Town, what down? Repeat after he. I am greater than my excuse. Yeah. I am greater than my excuse. The third time's a charm. I am greater than my excuse. Today is hump day for most, Wednesday. We're live, April 13, 2022. And as always, we love to acknowledge that you cats can be any place in this vast universe right now. And thankfully, we all Scooter chose to be here together. Here together. What down, brother Wordsmith? What down? What's been going on in your neck of the shot, sir?
I'm manifesting love.
Oh, yeah.
What you manifesting?
Yeah, I'm manifesting love too, man. Pure, magnificent, magnanimous. Some say harsh, oftentimes tough, but love just the same, sir. Love just the same.
No doubt.
And I dropped my gun when I came through the window a little bit, but what's been up in your neck of the shot since last week, Brody?
Weather has been, 70s, but rainy, and Jazzy went back to the crib Monday.
Big ups to Jazzy. Big ups to Jazzy.
Yes, sir. got mama together. So we're gonna get that all together, really together. He hooked moms up at the crib.
Yeah, man, you only get one of those, right? You know what I mean?
You're only born from one, but you know, many of us get, you know, surrogates.
Yeah, this is true. This is true.
It's
You're blessed. You're blessed to have at least one.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
It's imperative.
Absolutely. All right. And for those who may not know what to expect, this is our process. We kick it off with the Self Love Show quote of the day. Then we do our MGD video. That's more growth and development. More growth and development. Takes about 60 seconds of your time max. That's our platform. That's our foundation. That's what we stand on. Then, of course, we jump over to Tattoo Tyranny. That's where Self Love and we react and unpack a video that our crack production staff always props up there for us. And we'll determine, along with our chat rats, whether it's tyrannical or not. Then, of course, we have our weekly dome teaser. Some of you may know it as a riddle. And then, of course, we'll jump to topic, which is how social media affects the Black community, pros and cons, anything in between. And then next week's sneak peek, we'll let you know what we got lined up for you next week, which guest is coming on board. And then, you know, join in the give back gang. Then, of course, we ended off with my favorite part of the whole shebang, and that's Wordsmith's final words out there. And that's where this brother wraps it all up, summarizes the evening's discussion in a nice poetic, or dare I say prose, work of genius that he does. And yeah, I really appreciate that. So then you got any announcements, good Newt?
Man, I got some events that are coming up. As soon as I get everything completely finalized, I will be letting y'all know how y'all can support. I've got a few events coming up.
What type of events? Olympic events? Bobsledding?
Yeah, we're gonna have Olympic bobsledding. You know, you're gonna use those carts instead, like shopping carts instead of bobsledding. No, we got a house party event. Nice. And we're gonna have like a 3-day house experience.
Nice.
Camping situation. It's gonna be very, very upscale and great.
That sounds like a very good time. Imagine it's going to be an annual shebang, something you're going to grow and develop.
Yes, absolutely.
That's a great time. Does it bring your own grill?
For some, you know, you can go, the glampers, the VIPs can, you know, but we'll get all that out very, very shortly, probably next week when everything is finalized.
All right. Well, you know, I'm definitely here for it. It's going to be in the Chi-Town area, I suppose.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
South Burbs, actually.
And the only announcement I had was what Omni Overseer typed in there. We need 99 more subscribers. We kind of went backwards a little bit, I guess. I don't know if they were pink people or if they were, you know, Democrats or what, but yeah, some people unsubscribe.
Yeah,
maybe they're anti-Christian or anti-Christ or whatever. So I don't know what to say.
You know, there was some speech said that, you know, some people might find offensive, and, you know, if they did, then good. I'm glad they're gone.
Yeah, that's what we run that video at the top. We tell you to hang in there out there. You know what I mean? No one's going to agree with everything. What kind of world would that be?
Man,
you know,
definitely not this one.
Exactly. Definitely wouldn't be any expansion if you can't simply, you know, listen to one another and process the information and determine what you want to do with that. Right, Self Love?
Facts. There's no way around that part.
I must admit I'm guilty of it too, though. So it probably has something to do with me subscribing and unsubscribing at the end. Then I see a video I like, I subscribe again, and I hear one thing I don't like, and I unsubscribe. So could be Mojo or those content creators are like, what? He unsubscribed. You know what I mean? I don't know, but yeah, it is what it is.
Thanks.
It certainly is what it is. So, and then yeah, so that's all I have for announcements, you guys. Let us know. This is interactive. As Self Love always types in the chat. We're gonna, get into social media and everything like that. But enough of my yapping. I'll turn it over to this brother so he can handle his business.
Yes, sir. So as always, we have a very important video, as Nine mentioned earlier, the More Growth and Development platform, which we are building the Self Love Nation off of. But before that, we have the Self Love Show quote of the day. I have said that propaganda, misinformation, and disinformation have always been part of political warfare. Social media and new platforms have given it new life and reach through which the fake news phenomena can reach everyone. Let me read that more better than that. I have said that propaganda, misinformation, and disinformation have always been a part of political warfare. Social media and other new platforms have given it a new life and reach through which the fake news phenomenon can reach everyone. And that's Bilwale Bhutto Zardari. Silverback More Growth and Development platform. Reparations. We demand our silver back. Number 2, to connect our breadwinners with our activists. And 3, show an accurate depiction of African American Chi-Town. 4, to shine a light on positive influence. 5, heal our community one person at a time. 6, to provide an unfiltered platform for our influencers. 7, recycle the black dollar. 8, to provide mentors for the mentorless. 9, to close the gap between us and our kinsmen.
We're closing the gap. Yeah, get that gap closed. Get that gap closed.
And number 10, protect our women and children by all means necessary.
Facts. Otherwise, what are you doing out there? Yeah, and I wanted to comment on last week's guest, the good Reverend James Thomas. The video is titled, the live stream was titled Black Activism with Community Developmental Specialist Reverend James Thomas. He unpacked Black Lives Matter.
He did. He unpacked a lot and cleared up some things for a lot of people. So you should check it out and go back and look at it. It was some of the most thorough explanation of the situation.
Yeah, I concur. He really broke down a lot. So big ups to that good Noop. And, keep up the fight. We know you're out there on those front lines, putting in that work out there.
Facts.
Man. So, self-love. Did you see the Jacker change by 12?
No, I didn't see that one.
Yeah, I know you stay pretty unplugged out there. But big up Star Crack production staff. We got a video. Want to see it? Here it goes.
Show me your hand!
Police officers got into a shootout with an alleged carjacker, and it ended with the suspect dead.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
The Salt Lake City Police Department says it received a call that a man was standing in the middle of a road and shooting a gun. He then took off in a car that he allegedly stole at gunpoint. Officials say officers pursued the vehicle until it crashed, and that's when a shootout with the suspect ensued. Police say the suspect shot at officers who returned fire, taking cover behind their patrol cars at some points. Officials say the incident ended when the suspect ran toward officers with his weapon and the officers shot him.
No, he's going past 184.
Wow.
Police say the suspect was killed and now the officers are under investigation, which is routinely done in these situations. The Salt Lake City police chief says he is proud of the way his officers responded to the incident and looks forward to their return to work when the investigation is complete. For Inside Edition Digital, I'm Mara.
Okay.
Yeah. You know, I was on the fence on this one. Seemed like overkill, but I would say, look, it appeared to be suicide by a cop out there.
Yeah. I mean, once the getting out and running towards them, that after shooting at them.
Well, and I'm glad you brought that up. I didn't see any initial shooting at them.
Right. Or hear it. So.
Or hear it. Right. Not saying it didn't happen out there for any 12 out there getting your panties in a bunch. You know, I just didn't see it. Right. You know, so just hope it's not the case that he's playing judge and jury out there. But, you know, if I put myself in 12's position, I probably would have lit him up too. I just don't know how many times I would have shot him. So I'm prepared to say needs more investigation. But for me, I'm not going to vote tyranny on that.
Yeah, me either.
Yeah, don't have enough evidence. You know, if there was initial shooting, it's definitely not tyranny.
Right.
Yeah, but when he was running towards him, he didn't have that gun up.
Yeah, they didn't show that part anyway. So, so yeah, it's yeah, not enough evidence. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I'm here to acknowledge it's not an easy job out there. I mean, I definitely wouldn't want to do it. So. Yeah, but Self, you know, we have a how to move, how not to move, you know, segment. You know, we do that when we don't have a guest. So if production can cue that up, and we'll see if this is how we can move in our community.
A California drummer says a man with an axe really didn't want to hear him play. Andy Torres set up his GoPro to record a jam session in the park. The musician says he was practicing with his portable drum kit around 7 a.m. Saturday morning when an axe-wielding man entered the scene.
7 a.m. Saturday morning.
Swinging already. He didn't announce himself. He didn't say get out of the way. Or you making the noise. No, he knew what he was going to do. I happened to just get out of the way.
Torres told KCBS the unknown assailant allegedly threatened him with a gun, but that is not shown on camera. Andy did tell the man he was being recorded and even caught his license plate as the man and his axe drove away. This attack has left its mark on Torres's mental health.
I get stuck. I get stuck thinking about that, and I have to pull myself out of it. I know I will move ahead because look, I'm still here.
Before the attack, Torres said no one ever complained to him about the noise. A report has been filed, and this video has been turned over to the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department. This is Inside Edition Digital.
All right, so I'm going to attack this from 2 points of view. So, from the point of view, I mean, imagine you've been working all week and it's Saturday morning at 7 a.m. and some jackass, for lack of a better term, is out in that park near you, just banging on his drums. Now, is that how to move from the drummer's perspective? Would you like to see that in our community?
From the drummer's perspective,
yes.
I mean, I thought he didn't think he was bothering anybody, but you shouldn't be up at 7 a.m. out there, doing that.
Banging on the drums at 7 a.m.
I mean,
right.
where it looked like it was no houses around, but we don't know if that's the case at all.
Well, obviously, it's not the case. You know what I mean. You didn't see the houses, but obviously, normally, parks are in a community. Obviously, it was bothering somebody, bro. But just from my opinion, I'm going to say, if you're out there in our community and you think you're going to get your drum set out there and you're going to go in the park and bang on the drums, be careful out there. And I'm going to say that that's how not to move. What's your vote on that?
I would have to agree.
Yeah, and his assertion that nobody ever complained before or whatever, I don't buy that.
It means that it was close proximity.
Yeah, so. and they kept calling it noise. It ain't even, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's difference between a drummer and somebody out there banging on the drums and making noise. They kept calling it noise. As an artist, he didn't even say, "Hey, wait a minute." You know what I mean? I'm not making noise. I'm playing music. But yeah,
he's stuck.
All right, now what about the Pink Stink? He shows up there, wielding his privilege with his axe, and then he pulled a stick out to himself and threatened the guy. So, and this is why I'm saying, don't be that drummer guy in our community, because, anything can happen. And, and like for me personally, that's an issue. You work all week. We got somebody with a mini bike that brought the kid a mini bike, and the noise make it ring, 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 and then literally just get right out there behind my window and early in the morning, up and down the alley. I don't go out there with an axe or a stick or anything. You know what I'm saying? Right. I'm more, put together than that. But that being said, showing up with the drummer now, according to the drummer, without any notice, which I'm not buying, but let's assume the drummer's telling the truth, that this guy who showed up with the axe and destroyed his drum set had never said, "Hey, listen, you're disturbing me out there and you're disturbing my family. And if I see you out here again," you know what I mean? Like, something ain't adding up. But to that point, is that how to move, Self, in our community? Would you like to see people showing up with axes and sticks?
No, I wouldn't.
Yeah, I mean, how do you handle it? I mean, you don't want to call 12. They're going to kill them. But I'm going to agree. I'm going to first of all say that's how not to move. But how do you handle it out there?
There has to be some discussion. I mean, gotta go out there and be like, "Hey, you're bothering people," just like you said before. And if I see you out here again, then might be a problem.
That guy didn't look like that was his first time hearing him play the drums. Well, he had the axe and the stick.
Yeah, we don't know if it definitely wasn't his first time hearing it.
Correct.
Now we don't know if he confronted him or came over to, inspect or whatever, but that was not his first time out there playing. That's for sure. And he probably plays out there every Saturday morning at 7 a.m. And this week he had enough.
I mean, you got to be a real jackass to just get out there and decide, I'm going to go play my drums at 7 a.m. Obviously, you don't have a job or anything of this nature. You weren't playing at a club the night before, earning money. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I don't care what you do or don't do, but you shouldn't be blatantly bothering people. That's too early in the morning to be, you can't even start construction. I don't know where they're at, but you can't even start construction and have any noise like that before.
Right, the jackhammer and people unloading the trucks and screaming at each other. Exactly.
Yes, right. So, I mean, 7 a.m. is just, that's inconsiderate at best and ignorant at worst.
Big ups to Ace X2U. He said, looks like Jason Voorhees. And he said he would have put his foot up his rear. Now, which guy are you talking about, Ace? Or would you have put your foot up the rear of the drummer, jackass, who's out there waking you up on your day off? Or would you have put your foot up the Pink Stink's ass? Because Pink Stink had a stick.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't want to bring a foot to a stick fight. So clarify that Yeah, he said the drummer. Right,
Yeah.
man. I had talked to my wife about this too, man. Like, come on, bro. Like, come on, man. It's 7 in the damn morning, and I do this every Saturday.
Right. That's what I mean. That's ignorant.
Yes.
You know? And you know, inconsiderate at best. You know, I mean, ignorant at worst. If you're doing it every week, somebody's gonna come, and they're not gonna have any words. You know.
Yeah, they might just blow up. Hey, if you get a chance and you watch that, y'all watch that video, go into the chat. You know, all of the gyms be in the chat. Man, I had people like, man, I throw shoes at birds. They were like, I throw shoes at birds. I don't know what I would have done to that guy. They mad at birds whistling.
Wow.
At 7 in the morning. Yeah, that's a bit much, but hey, you know what I mean? So small ups to them both. And I'm going to say for both of them, that's not how to move in the community.
Facts.
Yeah, small ups to both of them. Drummer, you're lucky you didn't get yourself killed. And Pinky, I don't know if they said they caught him or not, but he's going to catch him a nice, handsome case.
Yeah, he should. He deserves it.
Property damage.
For the stick.
Assault, threat, deadly. Yeah. All because, you know, somebody woke him up in the mornings. And he even looked like he was at retirement age anyway. Like, you know what I mean?
Man, like, what the hell? I don't have any reason to be up on any day, and you out here at this time of the day
drumming. Any day, like you said, but even on a work day stuff, I might even accept that, man, because I'm probably out. Most people probably already up moving around. But man, all right, I'll talk about that all night because that's a pet peeve of mine, bro. I remember, it was a guy I lived in this apartment. It was in Koreatown. And this smog would be screaming, tamales. I mean, he had the loudest voice I ever heard in my life. Tamales, screaming loud stuff, right? So I had never went out there and talked to him or anything like that. But it pissed me off. So one particular day I woke up, I started screaming out the window, you know, if you don't shut the F up, you know, profanities and stuff. He's still screaming, tamales, right? I cussed him out with the best cuss out I could ever do. He looked up there at the window. He was like, tamale? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, well, since I'm up, right? Because, you know, these fresh tamales be good. Nope, I went down there, bro. This was a homeless dude. He done had tamale the first. I mean, like, he wasn't.
What?
Yes, he wasn't even selling tamales. In his mind, he had tamales. It was probably that meth. Yes, I said, man, well, I'm up. You know what I mean? I asked my wife, you want some tamales? Let me go down there and get some of these tamales so he can shut the F up. He just pushing a cart like you were talking about. Yeah, with a bunch of junk in it. Oh, man, you talk about having sexual assault all over my face. I had sexual assault all over my face.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I couldn't write stuff like that. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
I didn't see him much more after that, but he was there every Saturday, and it was like 6 a.m, bro. Tamales. I'm like, why does he have a line? Is he selling these? You know what I mean? All right. I digress way too far. All right, production, man. Enough of the appetizers out there. Well, hold on. Let me see. Yeah, Ace cleared it up. He said the drummer. All right, go ahead. You were saying what?
Let's quench the self-love nation's thirst.
Let's get it on, bro. Big topic tonight. I sure hope this is the right one.
OG on the bass, nigga.
What are you looking at, slave?
That's the right one there, fella. Hold on here.
Poets tend to.
That's not the right one. Give us a second here. Stand by. And I apologize about the late start. I had to reset my computer, you guys. Yeah. All right, let's see here. Like, share, subscribe. Let's get them in here.
Get them in. Get them to this good information.
All facts. All facts.
So like, share, subscribe. tell a few people that you know would love this type of information. Spread it far and wide. Could help us. We need these subscribers. Yes, we can expand, do what we do, and help our nation.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And you know, we might just have to 86 it because it's saying it's on the playlist, but I don't see it. So strange things are.
Oh, I see it.
Where is it?
It's right under that one.
Oh, I had it misordered. So after you play it, reset your thing. Yeah, we're gonna need another video for the break. All right, so Self Love we got on April 13th, Wednesday.
So what we're seeing is pervasive attack. If you're a black woman and you have a social media account, if you're on Twitter, chances are you've already experienced abuse. 84% of the tweets that go to black women contain some type of abusive or harassing message.
Social media in the black community.
They need me to attract people that's going to be hooked. That's what keeps us here, because we're looking for the next set of information. We're looking for the next feed. We're looking for that stuff intentionally. And Facebook knows that.
Okay. Gotta unpack how that tool is used for us, against us, its potential.
I remember from the earlier half of my childhood, life seemed different. Especially human interaction. If you wanted to talk with someone, you had no other option but to physically go out and find them, and spend uninterrupted time with them in the same room. And while you were there was nothing pulling your attention away.
Yeah. You know what I mean? TikTok. Yeah. Did we make it big? Did we blow all this up? What's that guy's name, the rapper? Gets a lot of credit.
Oh, you talking about TikTok? Or just
he came out the other day and said he basically invented TikTok. Oh, man, I can't think of this rapper's name.
No, you got that credit for.
Man, I'm the first rapper on YouTube.
Okay.
I'm the first rapper on Twitch. I'm the first rapper to get signed straight off the internet from high school to a record deal to Jimmy Iovine and Interscope Records for over $1 million. Man, stop playing with me. What?
Soulja Boy.
Oh, yeah, I was about to say same one that claims that he did everything first.
Yeah.
Everything. He's made everything that ever happened happen. Soulja Boy.
I'm the first nigga to write and produce a song at 16 and go #1 on the Billboard Hot 100 for however many months it was.
You know, he's from Chicago.
Yeah.
He was born in Chicago.
Yeah.
He's funny.
Nobody never did that. These niggas don't make their own beats. They got producers. I made the beat and I rapped on the song and I recorded, engineered it at my house in the crib in the bedroom.
Facts.
And then flew out here with y'all at and met with Jimmy Iovine and Interscope with my feet kicked up with $1 million from high school, 16. Nobody never did that.
One study says 13.5% of teen girls say Instagram makes thoughts of suicide worse. 17% of teen girls say Instagram makes eating disorders worse.
Which evidence that she presented in the Senate hearing yesterday showed that they had what was called downstream meaningful social interactions, where they actually promoted content that they predicted would go viral, which tended to be that sensationalist, violent, misinformation type of content. Which I
Well, if I may interrupt you, Ms. Davis, these are your own reports.
That's fair. Nobody.
That's fair.
I'm the first rapper with Instagram badges where you can go live on Instagram and get paid and make money from
What's
it.
going on? This is Kanana. Be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, because subscribing makes you feel good.
Do you still have them?
I still got mine. Yes, sir. That's where we at. How social media affects the Black community. So we're going to jump right into it. These questions are also there to be responded to by the chat. Feel free. Also include any questions you may have. And we'll see if we can get to the bottom of it. Self-love, in layman's terms, in your words, what is social media and what do you think its original purpose is supposed to be?
It is different applications that it's really social programming. They call it social media, but it's really social programming. That's what their goal is, to deal with it, social programming. But it's different apps and stuff that really want to garner your attention so they can sell ads. It's a lot of interaction online, way to interact with anonymous people that, are really tough behind the keyboard.
All right. Interesting definition. The official, I guess, definition is social media is an online collaboration function where people and organizations can connect, share information, and communicate with one another. Websites such as LinkedIn and Facebook are some examples of social media outlets. Both websites can be used to promote business ideas, express artistic values, find jobs, just to name a few. Most social media websites allow users to join for free in order to use their services. It goes to what Self's saying about ads. But the goal of social media is to reach an audience that traditionally was not available to them. That's the official definition. So we look at platforms like Twitch, Instagram, Twitter. What was the mother of them all, pretty much? MySpace.
Yeah.
Yeah, which doesn't exist anymore. Well, it probably does, but rarely people use it. It went out like AOL. People still have those emails, though.
Yeah.
All right. Which of those platforms, though, left out? I think I left out some, but which ones resonate with the B1? Which ones do you think we?
I don't think there's one we don't. When Facebook was the hottest, we was on that. All over Instagram. We all over Twitter. We all over TikTok.
Don't forget about WorldStar.
Yeah, I mean, that was a black guy that started that. He got Mr. killed once it blew up.
He got murdered?
Yeah.
How did he get murdered, bro? You know what happened to him?
He got shot, if I remember right.
Wow. Yeah, I'll look that up at some point, see if I can get to it.
I can't remember.
Omni Overseer, Google that. Omni Overseer said social media allows Black people to put our voices out there along with the propaganda lies and miseducation. But I would say IG, YouTube, we're big users of that. Facebook, Instagram, definitely. Twitter. You're probably right. But those are the ones that jump out at me as far as the ones used by, the Black community. Which ones do you prefer? Now, I've been a YouTuber since the George Floyd incident. I wasn't on any social media prior to George Floyd. I took the silence is violence approach and, started getting in these chats on these videos and letting people have it. I use Twitter. I don't really understand it too much. But I have it so that I can comment on certain tweets. And my gloves are off, IG, I can't really wrap my head around that. What's the other one? What's the one stuff that you send the videos on? TikTok. Yeah. I just, I had a TikTok thing and I just reinstalled it like yesterday. So
for sure.
Yeah. I'm gonna see what that's about. I'll have you go into that. And then of course, Facebook, I don't use that, we'll get a Facebook group going for the Self Luv Show at some point.
Yeah.
How about you? Which ones do you enjoy?
I use TikTok, Instagram, and I'm rarely on Facebook. Snapchat, but mainly TikTok at this point because it's a lot of videos on there and it's a lot of information. And I was completely wrong. They found him unresponsive, and then they died at the hospital or whatever, or died at the scene. He said.
They didn't say cause of death.
Heart disease, cardiovascular, some cardiovascular disease.
Interesting. I wonder if it was from the cocaine. That'll do it. Smoking could do it.
Or from the poison.
From the poison. Eating fat bag. It could be genetic too. Yeah, or like you said, it could be from the poison, but you'd have to see who his heirs were. What does Snapchat do, bro? Like, what's the point of Snapchat?
You just do videos of yourself or whatever, or pictures or whatever, and just just make a roll of things.
It's kind of like Marco Polo. I use that. I forgot about that.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that too. No, I mean, you could use it like Marco Polo, but it's like putting it out to whoever is looking at you or whatever.
Following friends with.
Yeah. TikTok, where TikTok is different than all the rest of these.
Yeah, how's it different?
It puts you in front of people that don't follow you. So you have a For You page, and it might be a lot of people that you're not following or whatever, and you can see their videos and get exposed to people, and it's a faster way to grow your the following.
Yeah, I noticed it when I was setting it up. It was asking like what my interests were and stuff like that, and I guess the algorithm feeds me stuff based upon my interests as well.
Yeah, and then your likes, what you like, it'll feed upon that too and send you more of that.
It sounds like YouTube, just with shorter videos. YouTube don't answer your interest though.
Yeah, well, YouTube is got those shorts, which is a direct takeoff of TikTok.
Yeah,
and Instagram has a thing as well called Reels. which is a direct take off of TikTok.
Yeah, but I was saying as far as sending, because I get videos of people I don't subscribe to on YouTube sent to me.
Yeah, because it's a similar For You thing on there, but it's the algorithm in YouTube
is racist.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, TikTok is as well. It you know,
yeah,
it's some BS to it, but the shorter videos mean you see a whole lot more in amount of time. That's why I think it's different, and that you could add more viewers. Because if it's the longest videos are 3 minutes, unless they're doing live, you can do a live for a long time.
Yeah, we're gonna get on that because I can use Restream and
yeah,
and then we can go live on TikTok and Facebook. Once we get a group started, and YouTube
and Twitch and Rumble. Shit.
Yeah, I don't even know what Twitch is.
It's it's similar to YouTube. It's people that it's less censored, from my understanding. I've seen some stuff on Twitch. I haven't, got deep into it and watching people on Twitch, but it seems like it's less censored. And there's a new one called Rumble. I need to look into that one.
And it's Tumblr or something too, right?
Yeah, that's not a streaming thing though. You don't think you can stream on that? I don't understand that one.
Yeah, I mean, they come up with so many, and I'm like,
Pinterest. I don't really get
what
that
is
one.
that? Well, LinkedIn, though, I think that's a useful one. Could be.
Yeah, could be.
You could stream on LinkedIn too, so if we could stream to that too.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah. There's some kind of way.
It probably at all of them at this point. Got to figure out a way to do it. That's the way they can stay relevant.
Exactly. I had some stats, but apparently I can't find them.
Some of them stats in the promo video was startling.
Such as what?
Talking about how it increased thoughts of suicide and eating disorders.
Oh yeah.
And the Twitter, 84% of tweets to Black women are derogatory or in some sort of negative. That's
YouTube used to be like that before they start letting you report and all. YouTube was off. Just a bunch of Nazis out there. Just
all of them are off because same thing on.
Can you blame the platform if people are ignorant?
Somewhat. They got to police their own situation. Because what happened is on TikTok, I had a video, and somebody was talking crazy in the comments, and I didn't say anything crazy or anything, and I got a violation or whatever. They couldn't tell me what it was. I don't know. He said I was bullying him. It was bullying or something. And the dude was doing the one that was trying to bully.
But you know what I mean? You didn't respond to him at all?
I responded to him.
I got what you're saying.
But then what happened was
he was a troll or she, and then probably reported your comments.
Right.
And they don't do their due diligence before they start coming at you all half cocked.
As soon as I saw that, they took it back. Because I was like, nah, ain't no way. And he went right away in like 5 minutes. So, that's what they do. They'll report your stuff. And their stuff don't get reported. I mean, even if it gets reported, they don't pull it down.
Correct.
I had a video and they just muted part of the audio. Like, what is going on with this?
It was something you said or something you had playing in the background?
Something I was playing. You know, I'll be doing them duets.
Right.
So it was somebody else's video, and they obviously didn't like what he said in that part of the video. I can't remember what it was, but they muted that part.
Well, I got a little data here, Self Love. Let's see here. This is from 2020. Social media platforms have served as venues for political engagement and social activism for years, especially for Black Americans. This was evident in 2020 with the George Floyd murder. Black social media users have been particularly likely to say that these sites are personally important to them for getting involved with issues they care about or finding like-minded people. They're also likely to express positive views about the impact of these platforms for holding powerful people accountable for their actions and giving a voice to underrepresented groups. The online community known as Black Twitter. You're a part of Black Twitter, so?
Yeah.
Has long been using these platforms to collectively organize, offer support, and increase visibility online for Black people and issues that matter to them. The impact of social media made itself felt after instances like the murder of Eric Garner, Freddie Gray, yada, 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 say their names. Researchers from the Center of Media and Social Impact have found that supporters of the activism movement use Twitter specifically to share breaking news, circulate images, and engage with news stories about corresponding protests. Analysis by the Center of Publicly available tweets from both 2016 and 2018 supports the idea that although race-related hashtags like hashtag Black Lives Matter are consistent on these platforms like Twitter, spikes in the use of these hashtags often correspond with current events. Black social media users are especially likely to use these sites for some form of political activism. Though engaging in political behaviors and types of activism on these sites is not limited to any one group, Black social media users are often more likely than their counterparts from some other racial and ethnic backgrounds to engage in different types of political activities on social media and to believe these activities are more effective. Across 4 types of political activities asked about in a June 2020 survey, Black American social media users are among those most likely to use these platforms for activities related to causes and issues. Some Black social media users are especially likely to use these sites for some forms of political activism. So here's a chart they gave by age. So they asked, did you post a picture to show their support for a cause? Ages 50 plus. 36, let me see what this means. Black adults include those being saying they're one race and not Hispanic. Okay. Okay, I see what it is. Okay, so 100 would be the highest. All right, so 36 said that were ages 50 and plus. 50 plus said they posted pictures to show support for a cause. Ages 18 to 49, that number's at 55. Black social media users at 48 as a whole. Encourage others to take action on issues that are important to them. Ages 50 plus, 31. Ages 18 to 49, 52. Black social media users, 45%. Look for information about rallies or protests happening in the area. If you're 50 plus, at 34. 18 to 49, you got a 51. Overall, Black social media users, 45. Use a hashtag related to a political issue. 50 plus, 13. Ages 18 to 49, 44. Overall, 33. Any of the above behaviors, 72 for Blacks. So interesting, because I don't do much of that, I don't think, but Self Love Show, we get it in.
Yeah.
We get it in. So
well, we use this platform and you do a lot on this platform. So
Oh yeah, man. I'll be in the chat rooms and letting them have it. In the chats, in the chats on the videos. Yeah.
I
I get a lot.
your videos, the production on them is activism in of itself.
Yeah, man, I appreciate that. I get a lot of it comes with a lot of feedback. You know what I mean? But trolls get holes around here. You know what I mean? Fear is kept. Everybody can make the threats and all of this and that. I'm like, you're nothing more than you're just a troll. I don't.
Tough guy behind the microphone.
Yeah, punching buttons on a computer. You know what I mean? You're just a troll. So when I say that, they disappear.
Because that's what they are. Don't think there's not bots that come around too,
Troll bots?
Yes. Absolutely.
Wow. Any platforms that you dislike?
Well,
it's one thing not to use something, but one that I tried it and it's not for me.
Well, Facebook, I don't, because of their nefariousness.
Yeah, I don't like that.
And that's why I'm not really too on Instagram like that either, because of it's the same people. Facebook owns that.
When your corporate headquarters is on one hacker away, it's literally what he named it.
Yeah, and he's propped up, put in that position. His family, they come with all these stories that are just stories. They make up these guys.
Same thing for Gates and Tesla. Yes. Not Tesla, but Elon Musk.
Yes, exactly. Prop ups. They propped up. This is the story. It's American dream. And Trump, for that matter.
And then they scrub all their
small $5 million loan from my father. Small $5 million.
Boy, if my dad would have gave me $5 million at any age, what are you talking about? Small $5 million. $5 million. All right. I have a disdain for Facebook. I always felt like it was invasive. It just felt like it was just too invasive.
All of them are. It's, it really is, because as my ship would say, data is the new gold. So they want all your data, all of them. That's what their purpose is.
Yeah, so they can put the cookies on there and advertise. You said that earlier. But even like, so, okay, so now you're on my page and, oh, that's his late mom. And that's his brother. Yeah, let me see what his brother knows. That's just, bro, like when I was, I used to use it when I was a bill collector, man. Bro, people, how did you find me? I would never tell them. Yeah, all your information is on Facebook.
Yeah. All of them. Really?
All of it. How to contact people. So yourself, you might be super private, but you got people on your page who aren't, and I can just reach out to your friend on your page. Hey, I'm, calling about Torrance Smith, you know what I mean? And tell you everything as long as I sound friendly. And, I used to make them think you were looking for a new job. You know what I mean? I wouldn't lie to them, Yeah, I just need to verify some information. Oh, did he applying for a job? Perhaps. You might be. I don't know what he's doing. You know what I mean? Yeah. All right. Don't want to give up all the tricks of the trade. Yeah. So I don't like that. Instagram, I just wish I had gotten into it earlier. I just don't really know how it's used. How is it used? Is it like YouTube? But you can't go live, or you can go live. You can
go live. Yeah. And you can make videos, but the initial purpose is like photos and stuff. So it's really marketing. You know what I mean? It's how it's best used. A lot of people just put whatever, they doing. But if you thinking about it business wise, you can use it as a marketing tool. And then
so it could be like Self Luv Show page, and you got different clips up there.
Yeah.
Every day post me and you smoking a cigar, looking into the sunlight, that kind of thing.
Yeah. You can have more than that, you can have our gear and all of the products that we, all of that. You can have all the information about your website. You know what I mean, and push people to your website. So it's a lot of these are good for business.
Yeah.
And people are becoming able to, once you're able to get live and monetize, get paid for views and things of that nature.
Yeah, you could become an influencer, and the more people you got following you, now you got people who want to, do ads on your channel or on your page or what have you, or ask you to promote.
Ads.
Yeah. But if you got 1 million bots following you, it's not going to help somebody's business.
No, they're gonna know. They're gonna know that you got bots. They're only gonna deal with some real people.
They do, and they kind of have an algorithm. They know about the number of chats you get, people typing in responses and stuff, because bots don't really, some bots do it, but they know.
Yeah, they don't, they're not just paying everybody. If you buying bots, then algorithm is going to catch you.
Oh yeah, you can get suspended on YouTube if they catch up with you doing that.
Yeah, they'll just demonetize your whole channel, and you're done.
Yeah. All right, so you guys, I think you guys know what that means. We'll be back in 5.5 minutes.
Halftime. Yes, sir. Thank you all for being here. It's the Self Luv Show. How social media has affected the Black community. Pros and cons. We had a little discussion on both ends of it. I was mainly talking about the cons. But we have great video for you to check out. And we will be, hold on. We will be back at you shortly.
Like, share, subscribe, hit that thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Comment in the chat.
Thumbs up. Thumbs up. Thumbs up.
It's halftime. It's halftime. Tiffany McNeely, aka T-Mac, says, please discuss the importance of negotiation skills when obtaining your position, salary, benefits, etc. Brother Newman is huge on that too. Yeah. Great question.
Great question. Thanks, Tiggy. You know what? I found it is important to negotiate. A lot of times we don't. You're willing to accept whatever it is that they say. Either we're excited about the fact that they're giving us the offer, right? So you just say, yes, this is it. Looking at your total package, realizing that it's not just about this dollar amount for the salary. She talked about the bennies. My mom used to say, make sure you get you a job that's got some good bennies. Benefits really matter, and there's value in that. There is a dollar amount that's associated with your benefits. What are they? Are you at a place that offers you 100% health insurance coverage? I had that one time. Oh my goodness, it was beautiful. I never got a bill from a hospital. That's a big significant difference depending on what it is that you have. So one, I think researching the company and knowing what it is that they can offer. There's definitely always information about what the benefits are, and then knowing what the average scale is of pay for the type of position. More often than not, they always know that they have a range. Most positions, there's a bottom number and a top number. They don't want to go over the top number, it doesn't mean that they can't go over it. We need to be sure that we are being paid what we're worth and understanding the value of what your contributions are and selling yourself as such. So even the power of negotiation, whether it is about money, about nowadays people are living and working virtually. Maybe that's more of what you need, even negotiating that into it. Being prepared to have the conversation. Even if they tell you no, you won't know the no unless you ask. It was always a no unless you ask, right? So I always recommend to have to make sure whatever the offer is that you're getting is worth what your value is.
Well, and to your point about doing your research and knowing the salary range, for the position, yeah, I totally see that. I mean, you don't want to, price yourself twice of what they're asking, because then they'll think you won't be happy at the job. But definitely get at that top range, ask for that, and let them whittle you down to the median or something. At least you're not starting at, the bottom, so to speak. And then a second thing I'll add to that is always have other offers, quote unquote. Don't be so thirsty where you just, okay, when do I start? Well, I'm going to take a look at this and, go talk, you know what I'm saying? And I've got some other offers, that I'm considering and, blase. So these things are risky, but if you, are confident in yourself and you're qualified, it's business. It's not personal, it's business. And people may not like it, but at the end of the day, you're going to garner their respect.
Absolutely. Negotiation is also a reflection of who you are and who you'll be in this role. That's also, your interview may be over, but the negotiation is technically still part of that interview process about, we've made a decision to hire you, but now we can tell too what you're going to be able to do. And just if you're going into a position that will require you to negotiate in your job, please negotiate for your salary. That's almost like a given. A lot of people miss that, but if that's expected, your first test at whether or not you can really do it is how well you're negotiating in your offer.
Good point, because if you can't negotiate on your own behalf, how motivated would you be to negotiate on behalf of the company?
What's going on? This is Cut My Knot. Be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, because subscribing makes you feel good.
Do you still have them?
Yes, sir.
Do I have them? Yes, sir.
I go, I'ma give it all and I won't slow.
Yeah.
I'ma show the world what they don't know. I'ma be the one. I'ma be the one when I'm done.
Come on, y'all.
Higher, if I made it this far, I'll go higher. If I made it this far, I can make it anywhere. If I made it this far, if I made it this far, I'll go anywhere.
Welcome back to the Self Luv Show, where today we are breaking down, unpacking, in fact, how social media has affected the Black community, pros and cons. There's a lot of the pros and the cons early on. Now we're going to expand the conversation and grow from there.
Absolutely. DVD. Boy, that's looking like that. I go. Self Love Vision in the door. I'ma be the one. When I'm done. This one, I can make it anywhere. All right, Chicago's finest. Trife Mac. Yeah, so Self Love said it eloquently. We did look at some of the pros and the cons. We're going to quantify it a little bit in the second half, and then get into some things that are happening in real time. So I just wanted to start it out the benefits of social media. It's, you know, it's relationship building potentially. It's not just about brands connecting with their customers. You can share your expertise. Social media can give you an opportunity to talk about what you know and what you want to be known for. You could potentially increase your visibility. You can educate yourself, and makes it easier to connect, you know, with family and friends and others. So what do you say about those positive experiences? Is that something that's, I think there's a lot of us, you know, there's a Black subculture of millionaires, you know, 3% of Blacks are millionaires, you know, it's Black excellence.
No doubt.
Yeah. So you think you think it's been, well, I don't want to ask you that, but can you think of any other positive ways or any comments on any of that?
There's a positive part of it. There are people that are creators on every platform that promote straight positivity and don't deal with the nonsense. And you can find them on every platform, especially if, you know, that's the type of stuff that you watch. You will get some put in front of you that you don't know, at least on TikTok and YouTube.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking, yes, it can definitely help build relationships, or I would say sustain ones too. That point about not just about brands connecting with their customers. America's a business. You ain't too far gone to see that, are you? Especially if it's free.
That's what most of this is. Most of social media is people trying to personalize their brand so that they can, in fact, you know, get people to see what they really do. Like, you know, people that want to support you want to know about you as much as they want to hear your music or see your art or whatever, what have you. So it's a way to connect straight with consumers or supporters, as I call them.
Share your expertise, gives you an opportunity to talk about what you know. I guess we're doing that here pretty much.
Absolutely. That's what we allow every time we have a guest.
Yeah, very true. Very true. That's the whole premise of the show, you know, whereas before you literally, you know, well, we don't have the viewers of being on TV, but I mean, all we had was public access channel, and everybody knows that was a crap show. What about educate yourself? Yeah, you just said that. I've got tons of information from social media, and then to connect anytime. I think that's more like Facebook. All right.
YouTube is like the second largest search engine.
Yeah, behind Google, and they're owned by Google.
Yep. I saw something and they was like, the search engine was given to them by the CIA.
Yeah. Spooks. Yeah, spooks are all over everything. You know, recently, Elon Musk, he didn't get voted on the board of Twitch. So he went and dumped a lot of their stocks and caused a frenzy at the stock market. Yeah, you know, it was right after he was, you know, talking about Putin and this and that.
He bought a whole lot of Twitter very recently.
Maybe that was Twitter. And so he went to get on the board and they didn't vote him on the board.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And so then he, I think, dumped a lot of his stocks. I'm remembering the article correctly, and started a frenzy. Yeah. That's interesting.
Said he bought like 10% or something.
Yeah. And so like to your point, spooky.
Yeah, well, yeah.
You guys realize, the top 1%, they're all in the same gang. They're in the 1% gang.
They're in the same family.
Facts. All facts. Your ship is descended from all of them. All right. So, all right. Here we go. All right. Here we go. So now we're going to jump into why do you think people unplug from social media? For me, it's time consuming. Negativisms on it. What about you?
It's addictive. It can be a massive waste of time. You can be using your mind to do other things.
Well, it's funny when you said addictive. Yeah, they've done studies that it's firing off the same thing that, sugar or cocaine. What are those things in your brain?
Damn. What is it? Yeah, I know what you're talking about though. They fires them off, just like
dopamine.
Drugs.
It's shooting dopamine.
Yeah.
It's feeding your brain with dopamine. Every time you get a like or you get a message or something in your inbox, and that's why you see people staring at their phone all day. And they said it's literally the same effect. And they said Facebook and those guys at Palo Alto studied all of that.
Yeah.
And once they figured out that it was happening, you think they ratcheted it down?
No. They made a app that you can do a 15-second or 60-second or 3-minute. It was only 1 minute. It was at first it was 15 and 60. And then they went to the 3-minute to shorten our consciousness, shorten our
attention span.
Yeah. No
One's going to sit down and listen to a comprehensive as much. They just want the headlines,
right?
Which are normally clickbait.
The highlights.
Yeah. And the highlight reels are even shorter.
Yeah, everything.
I'm seeing like 15-second highlight reels on YouTube. I'm like, you know what I mean?
Man, they trying to keep your attention on the app. So if it's something that's boring you, you're gonna get off it. So
well, we gotta add, it is. And the more people stay on the app, the more money they make.
Yeah.
And they do it by any means necessary. And their studies show that negative dopamine, it's kind of like was in the new Matrix. I finally watched it. I'd give it a 6 out of 10, so maybe a 5. But the the negative, just like all those negative news stories, people want to watch that for some reason.
That gives them the same dopamine. I mean,
fear.
All of them movies and all that.
Yeah.
They like to see that. They want to see it. They fiend to see it. A lot of this shit is addictive. That's what it is, period.
Well, let's not forget bullying. People unplug, because of harassment.
Facts.
You got somebody calling you all kind of names and you finally summarize it like, why am I even, you know what I mean? Subjected myself to this. Right? Why do I even want to read it? And then, you get a feeling and then you respond to it, whether or not you physically respond in the app,
right?
There's a feeling associated with it. Which brings us into why into the list of negatives about social media, and this is the question. We're doing the pros and the cons. So, inadequacy about your life or appearance. So people are only posting their best moments when they're out having steak dinner and lobster.
No doubt.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's what they're showing. So everybody thinks they got to try to keep up with the Joneses, and it's
and it's cap.
It's spinning out of control.
Yeah, and when they're traveling, right? They like to show vacation shots. We've all been on vacation. Everywhere you go, there you are, right? You know what I mean? And himself, with a nice drink with an umbrella on it or something like that. I mean, enjoy yourself, go on vacation, but only the higher moments, when they're buying the car. You never see them posting when the car is getting repossessed. Rarely. They'll post somebody else's car getting repossessed.
Well, there's some that's real on there, and they actually, they're the opposite. They just post the bad. So they have those people too.
And that's not good necessarily.
No, it ain't the truth. It's not genuine. It's some sympathy or trying to get some money on people.
Yeah. They hit the Cash App. I mean, the what do you call that? GoFundMe.
Yeah.
And
the Cash App and the Zelle, everything, any other way that you can pay.
All right. They said it could lead to fear of missing out. That's FOMO. So fear of missing out or isolation. So that's interesting. Depression and anxiety. So, you're having a shithole life, quote unquote, and it appears that everyone else is walking on water.
Yeah. Taking it to the limit.
But you're not getting those credit card bills they're opening up.
I mean, you're only saying, like you said, the best part of their life. So, I mean,
the highlights.
Right. You ain't saying none of the mess. That's another negative about it. It's messy. It could be really messy.
Oh, yeah. You can tear a lot of people down if you know how to do the phishing and the doxing. It could be really, really messy. You can tear down somebody's whole family just because, one person said one bad thing to you on the internet, Yeah, they can call your house and, tell the police, you're in there, doing illegal stuff, and they show up, guns out. Yeah, right. It's called doxing. Self-absorption. You see a lot of that.
Oh, God. I know they throw the narcissism word around, but it is a lot of people.
Well, do you think it, I don't want to say creates narcissism, but do you think it exacerbates it or could make it worse in a person?
I think it's a vehicle for it, but I think that person is going to find every vehicle that they can use. That's what a narcissist is, you know what I mean?
Man,
self-absorption to the max.
I remember I saw somebody with a selfie stick, and they explained that concept to me. I've taken a few selfies now, you know what I mean? But it's just weird, man. I'm like, who does that? And I guess there's levels to it. Selfie here and there, all right.
Yeah.
But even the Apple Watch, they got it set up where you can put your phone on the other side of the room and sit there and take pictures of yourself. It's like, wow.
Yeah, I mean, that's what they're making it about. Like, they want less physical interaction and more through these apps and all of that. So, promoting that.
What about cyberbullying? We touched on it. Is it bullying though? I think if they're doxing you and calling your job and making you get fired,
stuff like that is an issue.
Yes,
but like I said, I had a conversation yesterday. I think it was it was yesterday.
Yeah.
It was about a grown person getting bullied. And I'm like, well, anybody that would use that language has had an issue since a child, and they were probably bullied as a child. Because bully, we're grown. I can tell you to just go your way. We ain't got to talk to each other. We can agree to disagree, or I can agree that you need to get the hell away from me.
Yeah, but in fairness, most people in Chi, yeah, there's bullying going on, and usually by the time you're an adult, you're right. You know, there's no more of that. But I do think adults can be bullied now. But cyberbullying, bro, like that's like a whole nother level. Like you just gonna threaten me on the internet? Like I got 99 problems. A cyberbully ain't one.
No, because whatever. You
can
type as hard as you want.
Send as many emojis as you want. I can just block you or whatever, right? Every time you find another username and come on, I'll just block you again. Like
simple.
It's not like you're banging on my front door, threatening me that, or
right.
I'm working physically with you at a location and you're bullying me. You know what I mean?
Man, it ain't the same at all.
Now, they say the fear of missing out, which they call FOMO, these millennials, it can keep you returning to social media over and over and over again.
Yeah. Addicted.
And you feel like you're a part of something when really you're just sitting there
watching other people. They don't know you at all. You know what I mean? If you saw them in real life, you'd be like, I know you. And they'd be like,
get away, calling security.
Like, what? That I don't know you. You watch my videos. Oh, okay, but I still don't know who the hell you are. You act like you know the person.
and if you see them in real life, so a lot of times you won't even recognize them because, again, usually when they post, they're wearing their best clothes. Females got all their makeup on before they even hit record.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
For the most part.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I saw, so if you look at, they got some, I forgot where I saw it, but somebody did a thing where they showed an IG picture and then they get pictures of them. And they're
real ridiculous.
Oh my God. So they post when they come straight out of the beauty salon. When they, hire the makeup artist.
All of that. They
take pictures from the right angle.
Yeah, hours of time to put in the production to get those shots. Real talk.
And then they use studio and airbrush and things like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Edit and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it makes some poor schmuck, looking at themselves and saying, oh, I should just kill myself. My life's a disaster.
Yeah. And they're going off the wrong thing.
With those, because we had suicide before social media.
Yeah.
Would those people ever have? So if there wasn't social media, they'd probably be at home less, but they'd still be out and about in the world looking at people all done up, go down to Rodeo Drive at Michigan Avenue and be like, I should kill myself. No?
Oh, that'd probably be around their area where it's more normal looking people.
True.
Everybody ain't going on Rodeo every day or unless they work there or what have you.
True. And it does take an action to get off your butt and go down to Michigan Avenue or Rodeo Drive.
Yeah. If you don't live there, because,
Right. Right. And if you live there, you probably got some kind of reason to live because you should have some change in your pocket at minimum. All right. And then it says, many of us use social media as a security blanket. I don't know. What do they mean by that?
They just put out their best moments. And yeah, I'm living good life. I'm gonna doing this. They may or may not be. That's the only thing I can see.
Yeah, and I guess I'm thinking along the lines of it's like a comfort zone.
Yeah.
You know, it's easier for me to sit my fat fingers behind the computer than to go out and interact in the world and potentially run into a bully or something I've got to overcome to build some backbone and structure and make me elevate to a higher plateau potentially or something like that. You know what I'm saying? You know, you get a lot of trolls, Self. They got a lot to say behind the computer. But face to face, or they get on our show or any of these platforms, and you don't hear 97% of what they say, you know, behind closed doors.
Facts.
You know, in what ways, in your mind, has social media, and just think about the Black community. We'll get to the negative, but in what way has it improved us, or has it improved us at all as a people?
I believe there's been some examples of how you can move, how you can operate, how you can market yourself and your services.
Like that rapper who invented everything. What's his name?
Soulja Boy.
Yeah, all right. He has a funny video. All right.
Yeah, but no, even serious people, you know, you can, if you have a business and you want to take it to the next level, you can look at examples, especially the ones that are open about how they're growing themselves and what they're doing. So there's a lot that can be positive, and marketing yourself on these apps and all that is can be a very positive thing.
So yes, like for instance, you have an event coming up. I don't think the chosen few, well, it could have. We used to have word of mouth and pluggers, but I know what you're saying. How has it helped the Black community?
I can tell you during the this pandemic, a lot of people have survived off promoting their businesses on social media, lost their jobs and started something else, and was able to promote. But
How much of that is true? Because, you know, I'm a bit of a conspiracy buff. I mean, could the social media just be promoting certain people and say, hey, look, you know, this is your story, so that we can get more people on here to log on and use the network, and we can make more money advertising?
I would say it's all of the above, because you get the followership, you can get paid for being on the app and being able to at the same time market and sell your wares. I think it's a lot of people that are it's real. There are people that's all they do is social media. That's all they do is social media.
I can concur, but I think a lot of them could be fake as well, though. In other words,
all of them could be fake. That's true, but I just don't think it is. It's a lot of people.
No, yeah, I'm not saying all of them. Some of them could, you know, a lot of them could be fake as well. Like, we start a platform, and the best way to jump it off, instead of paying for marketing, you know, you get X number of quote unquote influencers, and you probably know them or they're related to you in some kind of way. And you don't pay them all the money they should be getting. I feel like entertainers are like that too. They're not making all the money that people claim. That's why they end up broke all the time. In other words, it makes your platform look like it's humming and it's a good place to be. So instead of, spending money in traditional marketing, I take 50 individuals and say, hey, look, we're going to make you the Self Love app king, and we're going to talk about how much money you made and how many followers you got. And, and you finance that. You use your marketing money, on those guys. And then other people will say, oh, that could be me too.
I can see that for some, but not for the majority.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know people that are making money off of social medias, different, apps.
Yeah. Yeah. No, and I'm not denying that there are people who are, but, you just got to be careful out there. I had this revelation, I think you might have said it to me a while back. You did. All this money, they're claiming that people have made and making, even some of these so-called billionaires. How do we know that to be true?
All right.
Especially when they end up broke. And then everybody asks, how can a person end up broke? And they got all these stories where he had 3 Ferraris. So what? You know what I'm saying, Self? Like you were saying, like he was making, $40 million one year and the next year and had all these businesses. And now you're telling me he's broke. So I'm thinking that they have somebody behind them, a handler, and if they're saying that, the Self Love Show is bringing in $1 billion a year, we might be in on it and we're getting 10% of that. And the rest of that is going elsewhere. Front me.
When you have a big business, you don't get all the money. I mean, there are people, employees and all kind of stuff you got to pay. And your gross income ain't your real income. You know what I mean?
True. Yeah. I mean, even these entertainers, man, it's like, ain't nowhere in the world,
If you're an entertainer and you got a manager and a publicist and a lawyer,
the top accountant, the top this, the top that,
it's gonna be 50% gonna be gone before you get a penny.
A bunch of roadies.
Man.
Yeah. I feel like it's a lot of hogwash. I just feel like it's a lot of hogwash. Not all of it. Don't get me wrong.
Then the government. Don't forget the government.
Yeah, the IRS.
Yeah, they want their cut.
Of course, but still.
Now, some of these rap numbers is just
that's what I'm saying.
Like it's like everybody getting paid like that. Yeah, I agree with you on that.
And they walking around with all this cash. It ain't just rappers though. I'm having this revelation that it's not just them. They can tell us the people, this person earned this amount. You know how you say everything they tell us is a lie? I'm really starting to believe that you got a lot of Fletchings of every race, and they're just front people for this so-called American dream to keep the wheel moving and to keep the hamsters on the hamster wheel striving, you know what I mean? That could be me one day. I just, these lottery winners, they won like 500 million. Well, they didn't know how to handle money. No, I'm sorry. I mean, unless they were a complete, can't say retard. I don't want to say retard, but I know it can happen and people can steal, but no.
Man, I'm still going to stand by most people are stupid. Most people. And I mean, maybe I shouldn't say stupid, ignorant. They don't know. Most.
Yeah. All right.
Most.
All right.
You always give people a larger benefit of the doubt than I do.
Yeah, but I mean, come on, man. All right, we're gonna push past it so we can stay on topic. So the last question, one of the last questions: in what ways has social media harmed our community? Yeah, you started all that gangstering on the internet, and I'm outside, meet me over here.
I want to say trafficking and abusing women. And
yes,
and providing location for murder.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. All that beef. Just easy, that connectivity, makes it easy. So if I had beef with somebody at work back in the day, or I saw on the street or in school, we had that beef for X number of hours a day, whatever class we had together on the schoolyard. But this beef goes home. You check your inbox. There's all types of threats and, I slept with your mother and, your sister, you know what I mean? I shot your dog, like harassment. Drug sales. Could be not necessarily a bad thing, just depending on what your cup of tea is.
Whatever it is, it's 24/7, 365. Ain't no days off. Unless you take them.
I'm going to, yeah. And I'm going to say misinformation. We open up a Pandora's box. We'll comment on misinformation, but last thing before I forget is we open up a Pandora's box of, we let people have access to us that would have never had access to us. And by people, I mean the pink stink.
Yeah, well, they just use YouTube to indict and lock up a bunch of drill rappers. Crazy. They use the video as evidence to get a warrant.
Well, yeah, I mean, they'll sit there in the videos with the weapon that appears to be the weapon that was used in the crime.
Crazy.
They do stuff like that.
Most of them are felons anyway. They're not supposed to even be around a weapon and doing a video. And then you can say, well, it was fake. But you can't when they come and raid your place and, the guns are real.
Yeah. Yeah, if you notice Lil Durk, like they started saying these are all props, and he don't even have props in his videos no more. And that's where it started. They would just use their hands and do stuff like that. Next day, I was waiting to see somebody with a nuclear warhead in one of the videos.
You could lose a lot of money. Advertisers don't want nobody that's waving no guns in their videos and stuff representing anything.
Well, I'm sure the gun manufacturers don't have a problem with it.
Yeah, but they don't do. They don't have any of us in any of them drill rappers in any of their commercials, and neither do they. They don't. They don't have. Talking about bringing them around out there either. So,
but we don't know if they're paying them. We don't know if some of that money and they're doing all this with is coming from them. Just like we had a guest that said these corporations won't outwardly support something that could get them caught up, but they'll throw money to them on the back end, as long as, you might be, smoking their blunt on your show or something like that. And, you know what I mean? Drinking their brand during your wild, podcast, as long as you got the viewership, but they won't come right out and say, this is sponsored by Hennessy. You know what I mean? But trust and believe. So, there are companies and entities that are promoting this stuff. Same reason why the gun manufacturers can drop guns off in your community, just boxes of them, So I say that to say, if they can do that, who's to say that they're not backdooring these guys and their record labels some money?
I mean, it's possible, but I see that the higher these rappers get and where they can get more, you know, money, they stop all that.
But that's typically because they've got cases from all of them. Typically because, you know, they got a Fed case or something big hanging over their head.
Yeah, the ones that get bigger, they don't tend to have those in their videos no more. And
because they have cases. Lil Durk, what's the other one?
Yeah,
NBA Young Boy,
he still has
Baby
his stuff. That's what I'm talking. He's special.
Well, yeah, Lil Baby. It's some more. It's some more. You know, once you get that case, you got that case. Like people like Drake and Jigga, they never really had guns in their videos. King Von, rest his soul, he couldn't do it because he had that case, but Duck did it all the way up to his dying day. So, like, which big rappers are you talking about? Drill rappers that get so big where they stop doing that.
Dirk and Lil Baby, I guess. NBA Youngboy still have him in his shit.
But Youngboy got a Fed case.
Yeah, he's got problems. He's going away.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen no Blix in his videos since they arrested him and stormed his house and all of that.
Maybe it's before because I'm not, you know.
Yeah, Dirk either, and King Von either. At towards the end, they couldn't. They had murder raps in Georgia, and I'm trying to think of who else we're missing. Those. You said, dude, you named him. You said so. I don't know about him. He's got the thick dreadlocks. He's from Florida. He's got his hand. He just got shot out here in L.A., but he didn't get killed.
Kodak Black.
Kodak Black. Yeah, yeah. Kodak Black. He might still be up to it.
I wouldn't even know. I don't think I've ever seen any of his videos.
You don't even see those Jacksonville guys doing that too much no more.
No, because they starting to I'm trying to think of the name of the dude they picked up. They've just picked up somebody, 18 people.
Yeah.
From their YouTube video.
Yeah. So these are negative ways, you know, showing dead bodies. We saw a lot of imagery of dying and dead Black people. I can't think of any other ways. The dopamine, we talk about that. The fronting. Oh, the robbery self. Oh my God. Yes. Yeah. Home invasion. Yes.
Setup.
What was the rapper name from New York? We did a show. I don't think we covered him yet. We haven't covered him yet on our Dead Rapper series, 187 bars. You know what I'm talking about, from New York. He was Pop. What's his name?
Pop Smoke.
Pop Smoke. Yeah, Self. They claim that he was posting when he was at the fancy stores on Rodeo Drive, and the address of the Airbnb or whatever he was staying at was behind him or something. And man, that kind of stuff, bro.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, think about it, Self. Think about in the 90s how
he was young, bro. With 19 or something.
Yeah. But still, we were 19 and 20, and that's what I was about to say. Think about in the 90s how we wouldn't even want certain people in your house. I mean, so basically, it's like just taking pictures of everything you got and own, all your guns, everything. People know where you live, and just doing a billboard and putting it up on, 75th and Stony of you flossing with all this stuff. It's essentially what it was like.
Yeah, God bless the dead, but
and it's not just him. It's
not too intelligent at that point.
Well, ignorant is what you call it. They didn't know better, but flossing, and it's a stick-up kid's dream. The internet. It's been a stick-up kid's dream. People get on here. Oh, I just got this delivered today.
Yeah.
I had some packages delivered today. I'm not about to talk about what it was. You know what I mean?
People be unpacking.
Yes.
Right on the.
You saw the dude.
Some people do know where you live. I mean, everybody don't, but.
And 12 can find out. We didn't talk about that. 12 is monitoring these things.
Oh man, all of them.
What was the guy? He had a warrant. Forgot where he was. He got arrested on Facebook Live with shenanigans, his gun and his cash out and his weed. Yeah. Facebook Live, bro. Any other negative things you think of, like how it? Oh well, positive. I think the protesting is positive.
Yeah.
The flash mobs are negative. Talk about the flash mobs too much. Remember, they were organizing that on social media.
Yeah. I mean.
Yeah. Could be considered negative.
Yeah, could very well be. Some of it is.
All right. So here's the $1 million question. And we want to hear from y'all in the chat on this one. Should, if you had your choice, you can keep social media on or you can cut it off. B1. Silverdale, you can have a no social media rule whatsoever, or, do your thing, as free as you want to be. Which one do you go for? So, social media for the Black one.
I'm going to keep it. I'm going to say that the positive outweighs the negative, at least for me, because there's so much information that I'm searching for and I can find through these means.
All right. Well said. I'm personally, I feel the same way, but just with a caveat that there's so much misinformation and disinformation as well. Just like when people read a newspaper or watch the news or a TV show and they're not able to determine the cap, from the facts. Goes both ways though.
It's everything.
There's a lot of true history being told on social media that's counteracting all the lies we got, in school. So, yeah, I would definitely be pro social media. I think there needs to be some sort of social media, I don't want to say training, but education along the lines and with our little ones and with the parents. I think parents should be monitoring the child's social media at least until the age of 15. I know it sounds weird. And if your kids don't like it, then, well, they can get out.
I'm not sure they should be on there.
Well, that's a good point. And if they are on there, you should monitor it. You should have full access to it. And if they have a problem with it, they can either get out of your house, go to sleep without dinner, or, you know what I mean, Self, or, not be on it at all. It'd be their choice, but Self's a parent. He said he doesn't think they should be on it at all. But how do you hold a child back from that, man? There's kids who are doing positive things on it, or children and young, teens and stuff, and making money and growing their brands at a young age.
That's facts. And it's case by case.
And whatever the case, you should be monitoring so that you don't have no
monitor it.
Yeah. So you don't have no creeps, so your kids don't come up missing and things of that nature. And you should be able to explain that eloquently. And then the parents, just like I just said to you, I don't know what that does, Self. And I don't know what this is. There's a lot of people who don't know what's going on social media.
How can you monitor it?
How can you monitor it? They're coming up with something new every day, like the way the drugs have different names. You know what I mean? Parents don't even know, like, you know what I mean? Yeah, Dad, I was drinking some lean. There's a good percentage of parents. Oh, okay. Yeah, let me try it. You know what I'm saying? Like, the pills got different names than they had when we were growing up. Cocaine gets a different name every 10 years or so. You know what I mean? Weed always has
All
a
that.
different name.
I mean, but monitoring your children's social media, I don't know how well that'll go because they'll just make another account that's not monitored.
Because they can just have another email and then they can log on from other places, friends' phones and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Wow. So I'd say monitor and educate them.
Gotta educate them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you gotta monitor them too as best you can. But
yeah, as long as they ain't doing it in my house. You know what I mean? You know, it's 2 a.m. on a school night and your kid's up on social media. It's got to be a red flag and a no-no.
No, that's it. That's a problem.
Yeah, it's got to be. It's got to be. But we're in agreement, Self. I mean, there's a lot of pros, a lot of cons. You said the pros outweigh the cons. The potential is there, and we don't. It's definitely a tool. It's here to stay. It's going to be here in the present into the future. It's just going to evolve even further, and to not have our community involved in that in the long run would set us back.
Yeah, it'll be a deficit. I agree.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that does it, unless you got some final comments on this.
No, because gonna have some final words.
Man, I never gave the riddle. I knew I skipped something. So we can give you guys the riddle now and then come up with the answer before your final words. Here we go. Trying to convince people with ideas and words is more effective than trying to force people to do what you want. Trying to convince people with ideas and words is more effective than trying to force people to do what you want. All right, we're going to give the chat, I don't know why I'm going to give the chat time to decipher the riddle, but we'll give him 30 seconds or so. Self Love has a thumbs up and he's typing it in our personal chat here. I don't see his response, so his thumbs up might be no, I don't see it. Yeah. Should have never told Microsoft to do this software update. I'm going to go in here and cancel this because every time you do it, nothing good comes from it. All right. Self Love has gotten it. Let's see. Ace usually gets it. He hasn't put it in there. I'm the overseer, get it from time to time. So we're going to go ahead. They're behind us anyway. So we'll go ahead and give the key to the riddle as I look in the chat to see if there's any last minute guess. The pen is mightier than the sword. Great job, Self Love. See, it took you a little second to get it. How'd you come up with that?
Came to me.
Yeah, that's what it is. The pen is mightier than the sword. Yeah, good job. And Self Love and I, we are working on our it's 420. Hitler's birthday. I don't know if we can say Hitler on YouTube.
Yeah, you can.
All right, but 420 show, we're working to get a guest. It would be a great conversation. And so follow up with him on that text thread, see if you can get a response out of it.
Okay.
Yeah. And
I'm thinking that's not his number. We might have to give him a call and see if that's even his number.
you think it may have changed or something? Because remember he came out here.
For him to not respond.
I know, right?
Right.
Right?
That's what makes me feel that way.
Right? So we're working on that. And if that doesn't come through, we got things in the kindling. So tomorrow we're doing Mouthpiece Included. It's an open panel as always. We discuss politics. That's politics mixed with sports. Of course, we're going to cover these NBA playoffs, but our hottest topic that we're going to speak on is the Chicago Bears, the Bears, the greatest all-time football team. But it's only part one, so we're going to cover the offense and the special teams out there.
The Bears.
The Bears. So you guys, be prepared, guard your grill, knuckle up. We're not saying this person could have played, this person could have played tackle and he was a guard. No, we want the best guard. We want the best tackle. We want the best center. We're doing one tight end. We're doing a fullback. We're doing a running back. And of course, a QB. So be prepared, pull up. If you still got the gonads, guard your grill, knuckle up. Don't forget your mouthpiece. Don't forget your mouthpiece. That'll be tomorrow, right here on TATN. And that's at 9 p.m. Central. So enough of my yapping. I'm going to turn it over to this brother Wordsmith, and he's going to close it out with Wordsmith's final words out there.
How social media has affected the Black community. Some positive ways, some negative ways. Some ways it brought unity. Some ways it brought enemies. It has allowed our enemy to study us, make ads specifically for us. Yet it has helped some of us grow our businesses to unbelievable levels. It's been the good, the bad, and the ugly. But I want to take the hold of it like rugby, because we can use it to market our businesses, because it's free 99. And this is what business is. Let's live. But you don't have to tell everybody your every move. You can wait till you back home till you post those pictures. You don't have to set yourself up for the popo or Pookie, because all that mess smelled like dookie. Ooh-wee.
Doo-doo.
Ooh-wee. Let's see a future where we can progress and support one another through any mess. Let's guess. Not guess. Let's do our thing and be our best. Let's make moves that we know what's up. Get busy and blow it up. Words.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Chat said opt into the information. They give a big thumbs up to social media for the big one.
No doubt.
Sounds like we're all in alignment. We're closing it out here. What's that, bro?
Say yes, sir.
Yes, sir. We're closing it out with Mac Miller. Rest his soul. This one's called 2009. And 9 is my favorite number. Bullets are boomerangs, bro.
Stand your ground.
Oh, shit. Oh, hold on. Yeah, we're gonna stand our ground. All right. All right. Look at that now.